Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School. I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Marco Barbonera, and we are here live at Monza for the season finale of the iGPFun Formula 3 series here on Apex Racing TV.
Yes, Austin, hello everyone, hello to you and all the viewers live from Monza, for the final race of the season. And usually Monza provides for some fantastic racing, especially with F3 cars. There's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of drafting, a lot of battling around, and I think it's going to be the perfect way to cap off another fantastic iGPFun season.
It really is going to be capitalizing on an amazing season. I know all these drivers have been working for this moment. Monza is a very famous track for everyone, so we got a lot of track knowledge here with pretty much every series on iRacing goes to Monza at some point in the season. I can barely think of a series that doesn't go to Monza besides IndyCar.
Yes, absolutely. So we are at the back end of qualifying, of course, and as you can see, it's Francesco Meola leading the way from the QT Marteau and Samuel Ermer, your top three. Valdemar Cardeia, welcome back. It's been a while since we had the Rocket Turtle himself, and John Zanier is in fifth. And we have just a couple of drivers waiting. Well, we are waiting for them, to be fair, to finish their qualifying attempt, and then we will be straight onto the grid for the final race of the season.
Speaking of qualifying, right before we were going live, I was watching Meola and Marto do their laps. They were working off of each other, each of them giving each other a toe to get that time into the 143s, and nobody able to get into that time, so it's going to be a massive draft fest, and so might be a challenge to see if we can see some breakaways right here. But Francesco Meola starting up on pole for 143.778. Right beside is Thiago Marto for Team Suzu. Right behind him is Samuel Hermer, Waldemar Cadella, Luciano Zaner, Sonny Rosario, Philip Lucas, Luciano Lorenzo, Premzal, P. Yen Zach, Lucas Maruk, Gavin Petty, and Dave Martin in 12th place. Followed by Vincenzo Monroe, Alex Hopkins, Kuti Aito, Mark Lavoie, Stuart Millen, Leonardo O'Cherry, Ben White, Mil McIntyre, Zoltan Zomotor, Alan Antonio Telles, Andrea Barchetti, Michael Potasiak in 24th, followed by Angelo Veles, Johan Bergeson, Mark Mathis, Adam Talisma, Andy Flip, Mohammed Bolagai, and Benish Ladd, followed by Christian Glam Center, Max Mullen, Wojtek Potasek, Daniel Jutso, Reed Dennis behind them, and I've lost Iarni Arnio, Hassan Hammond, Joshua Thornton, Patrick Rollins, Martin Devine, and Tony Phillips at the end of this 42 car grid.
So Austin,
and
last week you weren't
I wasn't
here, of course. And
yeah, I was destroying my throat at the Indy 500.
And our friend Mateusz from Poland didn't show up in the chat, and Sam completely destroyed the pronunciations of the Polish drivers.
Oh,
now he's back.
Sam.
But now he's back, so hopefully he didn't hear anything from last week.
Well, we're back and we're ready to go for one final time here in Season 2. Lights are out and away we go here at Monza, and it's an amazing start from Francesco Meola and Samuel Hermer as QT Marto gets a horrible start off line. Marto sends it hard into the braking zone, diving it back into second, doesn't want Hermer ahead of us, ahead into that massive chicane. And in iGPFun fashion, everyone taking their time with it, being very safe, and it actually looks kind of like a roadblock back there. No incidents whatsoever. This has to go down to the history as the cleanest Monza start in the world.
And now they head into the second chicane, the Variante della Roggia, with this group here with Cardeia, Lucas, and Zanier. Also here, Morone.
Oh, no, off the exit. The Wave Italy driver of Marone just stopped right there, and it's chaos. They're trying to avoid him, and now we actually got a situation where the entire track is blocked right now. Meola's trying to get around, and he's ran into more cars, and it's easier to name the cars that are not involved in that wreck and not having damage from trying to avoid it.
Maybe Morrone should have towed there, but you know, easier said than done. But he was basically run over by the entirety of the field, apart from the first few drivers. So.
Oh, Herbert! Whoa! Hermer is going to be counting his blessings after that. That was scary. Got airtime, landed into the gravel, and whoa, one of those tires going to be screwed for a little bit of a cooldown lap after that slide coming out of Scary. Heading into Parabolica, Zanier leading this group ahead of Lucas and Cardella, and Waldemar Cardella currently sitting in 6th place. Had a very nasty start. Lost 2 places immediately, but he's looking to get one of those back right now. It's a draft pack. Here we go down the front straight. Cardella onto the inside of Lucas. He's up into 5th. He's going to be last 3 breakers. Look how late Lucas went.
The drivers heading for pit road. One of them is Stuart Milne. And you can see there's a bit of traffic in the pits. Most of that was because of the spin from from Morrone, and of course everyone piling into him. So difficult to get around. Again, maybe you should have told, but easier to say it from here. So
I know some issues with towing, but currently looking at the cars that were in the pits and have gone to the pits, we have about 12 cars that went into the pits after that first round, after that first time. But I'm believing Angelo Violas, he's currently sitting in 29th. He started from the pit lane. So I know one of these drivers started from the pit lane, and Angelo, I think he started from the pit lanes, and he's currently sitting at 29. So maybe 12 or 11 cars went to the pit lane and were involved in that lap 1 incident. And I gotta do a clarification. That was the cleanest first corner in Monza. I didn't say the entire start.
You know, I'm happy to see that Mateus is here, because one of my theories last week was that since basically one of the first things that Sam did was to butcher a Polish name, I thought he killed him, you know, with his. So I'm very happy that he is back. And also, I will tell you something. Sam also said Andrea Braschetti multiple times. So I mean,
no, I didn't go to him and tell him the wrong pronunciations of every driver. No, I'm not that evil of a person.
It was a massive step back. All my hard work during the seasons, and then Sam comes in and ruins it.
It's like having a sub who just can't do anything right. Changing the goalie in the playoffs. Just, you know, you get there, the next thing you know, somebody gets a little injury. And speaking of this, look at this fight right now. Ben White and Cherry down the inside. Ben White trying to hold around the outside right there in that 21. Very good fight right now for 15th. And in this massive field, it's always beautiful to see these guys just racing nose to tail and get some good trains going. Right behind him is Andrea Bacchetti. There's her pronunciation, Sam. Brichetti just sitting back there and staying in that draft in that Wave Italy car. Definitely. Oh, whoa! There's a lap car going slow.
As Lucas Maruk takes, and it's only him, an alternative line. What was that? The other? Oh, lapped car. Yes.
Yeah, there was a lapped car taking a very scary line, and it looks like that LA highway right now going down this back straight.
Oh yeah.
There's traffic all over the place. This is Dave Martin Lavoie heading into Parabolica. Alex Hopkins almost going with him. We ride on board of Lavoie, looking back at Alex Hopkins. Hopkins looking onto the inside, deciding it's not the right spot for that right now. It's lap 4 out of 25. There's the reason why. There's a lap car on the inside. And it's already crazy to see lap traffic at this point, but with that lap 1 incident, there is going to be lap traffic, but look how much that really held him up right there. We look at our battle for 8th place between Luciano Lorenzo and, ooh, slow traffic!
There must have been a collision.
Well, he's got a front wing damage, but his speed has just been. I think he might have missed his braking point right here. Look at the 38 off the inside, very slow right there, and oh yeah, there it is.
Ooh.
Collision and bam! Back and then. Oh.
That was.
That's just the victim of
check.
circumstance right there. That's just the victim of circumstance.
The yellow car that gave the extra bit of push from the back.
Yeah, fortunately, he wasn't stalled, so he didn't need that bump start. But very unfortunate incident for all three of those drivers. As Alex Hopkins sitting in 13th now behind Dave Martin as they race down that back straight and heading into Parabolica. Very, very fun corner Parabolica it is, and Hopkins got someone to look on his inside with Lucas Baruch, and he's going all the way out into that green paint and almost onto the drain covering as Lucas Baruch goes down the inside, and thankfully that drain covering didn't pop off and have an unfortunate incident with the car flying into the air.
Hey, I know it's Italy, but
I'm not saying y'all don't know how to hold down, down stuff.
Listen.
Baruch. Oh. Can we go back? Can we look at Maruk again? Look at his rear wing compared to everybody else's. He's running a low downforce rear wing. He doesn't have as much rear downforce as everyone else has, so I'm not surprised as that. As let's take a look from Ben White's perspective.
I just wanted to show the difference between the wings.
Yes.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. And last night in the F3 Apex Racing Academy F3 series, there was a bit of a low downforce bonanza, so a lot of the drivers were using the low downforce, but it seems like today a lot of the drivers are going for more of a medium downforce.
Well, it's a longer race compared to what we do in the Apex Racing Academy and the official series, so with the lower downforce, you're putting more stress on the tires throughout the race. With the higher downforce, you're getting that stress off those tires for a while, and you're using more aero grip than mechanical grip, so those tires can last longer. So that is the science on the reasoning behind the higher downforce working better in these longer races. With the lower downforce, since we don't do pits, and we've seen the tires get very close to just exploding with some of these drivers, they want to keep it safe and keep their tires in check throughout the race. And it's just a little bit easier to control, as we saw right there. But he's going to be a rocket on the streets. And, it's become a pronunciation central in our chat. Thank you, Ghost.
Man,
was he here last week?
Austin's, no, he wasn't. Especially because Mark is a new driver and didn't race, but this series is quickly turning into Austin's worst nightmare.
People correcting me. Hate it. Nah, I'm fine with it. But yeah, you see that lower downforce working very well right there as he goes down the inside. But look at the number 3, Brichetti looking back down the inside. And also side-by-side battle heading into the secondary chicane. Side-by-side all the way through there. Ben White and O'Cherry. White on the inside, Cherry on the outside. White sending it down low into Lesmo 1. And there goes Ben White up into 14th. O'Cherry right behind in 15th. And Lucas Baruch in that lower downforce Formula 3 car. Kind of looks like a Formula 4 car, but he's got some serious power up underneath that hood or engine cover. As there goes O'Cherry looking down the inside into his car and trying to sell a dummy, but no one's there and no one's buying those cookies right now.
Thinking of Leonard, a bit of a, I wouldn't say disappointing, but he's been, he is used us to him being in the top 5 lately, also on the podium.
Well, I think he was held up in that start. As here comes Baruch going down the inside, looking for a double move heading into Parabolica, very tight with O'Cherry. But yeah, Lucas Baruch, that lower downforce heading into Parabolica. This is the corner where you kind of need that downforce to work, as you can see O'Cherry really able to get up there as Lorenzo and Pienznek side by side heading into turn 1, very deep on the brakes, and Premslaw Well, Prenzlau is up ahead in the orange car. Gavin Petty was the one that was up on the inside, and I'm going crazy.
It's the last race of the season, you know.
It's the last race. Yeah, anything can happen. We can also have somebody's brake magic disc completely fail into turn 1 and just, you know, throw them out of the lead. I was very happy with this. Lorenzo and Petty in the battle for 9th. Lorenzo staying ahead, going very wide all the way off into that AstroTurf. Monza is such a track where you can really extend the track limits. It's not going to punish you that much. You'll get an off track there, but it's going to be very hard to really get a slowdown here unless you're really trying to cut a corner like here at Ascari. You can really cut this, and oh, Lorenzo gets a very bad run, and here comes Petty, but very nice recovery by Lorenzo into Ascari, that final turn of Ascari, and the correction right there really helped him out as Gavin Petty really had to back off right there.
No, Ascari is one of the slippiest, well, I don't know if that's the word.
Slickest.
Pieces of tarmac in all of iRacing. So I'm still I'm shocked when these drivers are able to, you know, be that aggressive into that chicane. As Petty, you can see in the draft, but not really able to close the gap. As we take a look at the rear wings.
You're running the same rear downforce, but I'm noticing something with Lorenzo. His back end's a little bit more active. He likes to slide out wider than Gavin Petty is, so that might be something to keep in mind as Cardella and Lucas. Lucas with a very late push down to the inside. Philip Lucas up into 5th place. Beautiful move.
Beautiful move indeed, and up into 5th place. So good job. And now, let's see. Quick look at the front, because we must not forget our leaders. And as you can see, it's been Meola show. Last lap it was a bit better for Martour, but still not enough. 1.7 seconds the gap, and you can see it's visualized here in the time delta, and it's been slow and steady improvements for Meola apart from the last lap. So I think that so far it's looking good for the Italian driver as he heads into the start-finish line once again and completes lap number 8, starting lap number 9 out of 25. Quick look at the weather. Okay,
yeah, it's
beautiful. It's very hot.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, kind of steamy day, 30 degrees Celsius up in the air, 52% humidity out there, so, you know, you might want to be drinking some water out there. Hopefully everyone's got their drink button in there. Thankfully, in the sim, we don't need to worry about that. You can just reach over and don't have a drink button compared to you. And 44 degrees on track, so it is a bit of a steamy track right there, so if you're running a lower downforce, Lucas, later in the race, it's going to be very spicy. Speaking of spicy, Petty staying ahead of Luciano Lorenzo, but Lorenzo is just staying back there and, oh wait, no, he lost that position.
By the way, today we had, you know, I had a friend over and we decided to have lunch in the, you know, it's June, no? So we had lunch in the, on the porch outside, and around 4 p.m. we had to run away because it was raining sideways. So this is the, you know, oh
no, Brachetti's in the wall. Coming out of the
he's not alone.
Chicane.
Oh! No, he's alone, and he is sideways.
Alone. Yeah, he's alone, and he's crabbing the St. Tokyo Drift, but Brachetti, oh, look at that left, that right rear tire. That ain't pointed exactly straight. I don't even think it's touching the ground, really, but it's kind of looking like Lance Stroll's tire going down the backy straight. Let's see what happened right here. We're side by side right now, and oh, that's just
1 and 2.
Oh, there's the hooks. They hooked wheels right there, and you just get so competitive in there, you kind of just forget about the other cars right there. As We're looking at Philip Lucas and Waldemar Cadella. Cadella looking down the inside. And Sonny Rosario. And Cadella's got actually a lower downforce setup as well. And, oh, we got a brake failure. Rosario's in the wall. Locked up going into turn 1. And the car just slipped sideways. And, oh. Now, I saw a lot of those last week. But let's ride on board of Sonny Rosario. He went out of the draft of Waldemar Cadella. And then his brakes just failed. He turned right and the car went left.
I think he might have locked the rears, but it's so strange with these cars. You really need to put on some effort, to lock the rear brakes.
Well, that is exactly what a rear locking brake will look like. I've seen it happen in the Indy all the time last week. It happened to 4 drivers, I believe. And, well, it really messed with the races, but, yeah, very unfortunate incident for Sonny Rosario. That stuff you really can't prepare for. Like, brake bias forward, but, is the only way that I could say that, but, like, outside of that, it's just very unfortunate. That's Mark, let me see Ghost's pronunciation. Louis in 10th place, followed by Dave Martin and Alex Hopkins in our battle for 10th. Thanks, Ghost. I'm just going to be shouting out anyone that helps me.
Austin, what I was saying earlier, this is basically, I think the bad weather is all over Italy, so this is like the third, usually it's strange because usually summers are begin like in mid-May here, and by the beginning of June the weather is absolutely impossible to tolerate with the temperatures in the mid to high 30s, humidity galore. But no, apparently it's going to be bad weather all week, and again we had to run away there. It was like a temperature drop in the afternoon and raining sideways, so yeah.
Well, be glad iRacing hasn't implemented rain yet. Soon. And you don't have to worry about the summer races here in Italy with crazy rain weather. But can you imagine that on iRacing as we got a good fight right here. Jutso on the outside, Stuart Millen looking down the inside, and Adam Townsend right behind him. Big set by Millen, hopping over to the curbs. He's going to have to get that time back. And very nicely done. Adam Townsend gets a little bit two-wheeled action as that's Joshua. No, that is Iarni Arnio off in the gravel right there. He's got wing damage too. Might have made contact with somebody, but he was off behind these three. Let's ride on board with him. And I think this might involve a curb strike.
We will never know, of course.
We will never know due to
so my guess is that the accordion effect there, everyone was braking because of the move there, the attempt got him a bit out of rhythm, and he hit the car in front. But again, we will never know. So
we certainly will never know. But
make your own theory about it.
I feel like this might involve getting onto the brakes of the car, losing it just a bit as he went over the curb, because he does have front wing damage, so he might have not gone onto the brakes as much as he did when we see Adam Townsend going into the pit lane.
Which was smacked in the back, I think, there.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of a clue that
Italian rear wing right there.
Italian rear wings in Italy, and of course, you don't want to upset the jar of mustard. As Francesco Meola goes there and defends on the inside in the straight that brings us, in the Serraglio basically, that brings us to the Ascari. And
now I've noticed a lot. I noticed a lot of the top drivers going to that bottom off to the left, and I did ask some of the drivers I was watching do that, and they're saying the track on the left is actually lower than the track on the right, so they use that to gain more speed before transferring over to the right. And so that is these drivers using every bit of a advantage that they can get. It is about 1 mile per hour advantage going over to that side of the track.
So I think there is like a big bump on the right, if I remember correctly, as Wojtek Potocek spins.
That is a lot of momentum carried into there. Kind of looks like a slot car at the speed he was entering there. You remember slot cars, or is that just an American thing?
No, I absolutely loved slot cars when I was younger. They were all the rage in Italy.
They're always. I remember I had a birthday at a slot car place, and they had this massive track, and it was awesome. I had no idea what was going on at the time because they were going so fast that I couldn't follow them. And Samuel Hermer, well, he's off on his own, and his only company is that 33 lap, it is lap car of Mohamed Balage. I'm expecting a correction of that pronunciation very soon. So
it's Boualeg.
Thank you. Boualeg. Thank you. But yeah, Samuel Hermer keep his head down and race his own race as he's got a big gap ahead, a big gap behind, and kick up his feet and relax for a while.
This is actually the closest fight on the field between Cardeia, Pignonchek, and Petty. So, yeah, let's stay with these guys. So nice to have back Valdemar after all these races, the Rocket Turtle himself.
Yeah, the Rocket Turtle running definitely showing the Rockets right now, running that lower downforce setup, and it's working for him right now, pulling away from Piesnek and Petty. I've gone back to the old pronunciation, I'm sorry. Gavin Petty, you can see him hitting 256 kilometers an hour. And it's a missed braking point by Cardella. Cardella's lost a lot of advantage right there that he gained from the straight. Misses braking point heading into turn 1 as we ride on board of, yes, look at that kilometer an hour advantage by last lap. 5.
Look at Cherry stop speed.
Cherry.
P12.
P12.
On the left side of the screen.
All right, somebody get O'Cherry out of the Mach 1 car. He ain't cheating, he's cheating. But look at that, Piesek round the outside of Cardella, using all that downforce to his advantage. And we got ourselves a good fight here, and I think the mechanics in the garage are going to be just like, yes, we made the right decision, or this is going to be putting all of our eggs in one basket. But you can just see the amount of speed that Cardella is gaining around the outside. Oh. And this is going to be a very tense fight into a scar. Getting off into the ground just a little bit goes Premslaw, as Cardella is hunting him behind as we ride on board of Luciano Lorenzo. Gavin Petty is treated to a good fight. Cardella looking onto the outside. That speed of that car round the outside once again, and he's got 6th place on that long back straight, and that's why he's using that lighter downforce car. But he's got to master his braking zones, unlike what happened last time by, and everyone is going to be trying to go down to the inside right here, but he's such slippy down the straight. No one can get an advantage on him. There goes Gavin Petty. There goes Premslaw. Back onto the outside. Cardella's down to the inside. Premslaw sending it into the corner, using all that downforce to his advantage. Cardella's getting a little bit antsy right there. And Premslaw back into 6th place. And now Cardella's under attack from Gavin Petty coming out of the corner. But here comes Waldemar Cardella down to the inside. Premslaw trying to hold him off. He's going down to the inside. And here comes Cardella back onto the outside. Kind of a replay of turn 1 now, but out of nowhere, Gavin Petty shoots the moon and shoots the gap. Petty into 6th.
Nice move from Gavin, and now look at Lorenzo trying to attack his fellow countryman. But
Cardella's car, this is the slowest part of the track for Cardella. Anything turn 1 all the way down to Ascari is the slowest part, which is most of the track right here, but the advantage you get on the straight by Cardella, he has to be all on point right now, and he's just had a little bit of mistake here, a little bit of mistake there. But now it's time to go back to advantage Cardella right now. But Gavin Petty came out of nowhere to jump up into 6th place. And Petty's been having a great race so far.
Absolutely. This is, of course, fight for 6th. As Marteau gets the fastest lap of the race, but very, very much slightly better. Just slightly better than Meola's lap. So they are basically trading equal lap times. I mean,
300ths of a second separates them.
They are trading equal lap times, which means, of course, that Meola has the same gap to Marteau, and there's 1 lap less, so advantage to
We get a
Meola.
on board of Cardella. I want to speed check this. And Cardella is getting a speed check right now, 260 kilometers an hour into the draft, going up to 261. There was a car on his inside right there, but Lorenzo backed off, and that was a perfect corner for Cardella right now as he's following his 2 rivals of Premsel and Gavin Petty.
I don't know, maybe it's just the internet being the internet. A bit tentative on the gear shift, you know, getting really high on the rev limiter. I was hearing as here comes.
Yeah, he did bounce off the rev limiter right there. As round the outside into the move goes Lorenzo and Cardella. Ooh, I think he kind of wants that spot back, but those higher downforce cars, I think those tires are failing us. We got 10 laps to go. And this is usually where the Formula 3 race ends, the official one. And I was listening to a few of the drivers talk before the race. Some of them were looking for setup help. Some of them were just using the regular setup, prepared for race distance. And oh, into a Scari. Oh, Cherry slapped one of those curbs and almost got into the side of Alex Hopkins right there. And here comes Cardella using that speed. But very lucky, Cardella using that speed, trying to get that spot back, but those tires are screaming for a little bit of help and a little bit of loving right there. Chops off the nose of Lorenzo. But now he's getting out of the way and wants to have all that advantage to himself. But Lorenzo, he had the fastest speed last time because he was behind the fastest car in a straight line at 267 kilometers an hour and 264 right beside it. But now they're pretty much even with each other going down that straight. Very later braking than Cardell. Lorenzo got onto the brakes just a tad bit earlier, but it was kind of like a check brake before he really committed into there. It's a very different braking style that I've seen. It's kind of like me on a Sunday drive, just gradual braking in, gradual braking out. It's also the way you want to brake when you're doing rally driving, Baja rally driving, let's say. Because locking up in the sand always turns out a bad way. Trust me, I flipped the button. It's not fun.
So, Austin, it's been a nice season. It's been a long season. We only have a handful of laps left. As Francesco Meola leads the way in front of Q, Thiago Marteau and Samuel Herbert, 3 drivers we have been very accustomed to seeing on the podium or in the big positions from the end of the race. Luciano Zanieri, I think, is having his best race as Meola gets the first lap of the race. I would say Zanieri, his teammate, I think, is having his best race of the season so far, sitting in 4th, and also a great race for another series regular in Philip Lucas in 5th. Gavin Petty is in 6th in front of Private Pinonchek in 7th, then it's Cardella, Lorenzo,
Petty's been hammering down the laps. He's pulled out a gap to Premslaw right behind him, but yeah, Hopkins sitting in 11th right now, and right behind him is Leonardo Cherry. Cherry looking down to the inside right now. Hopkins and Cherry side by side. Lucas Baruch just sitting back there watching this fight. He's getting very close on the brakes there, but Cherry down the inside. And I gotta say, that is a move he's gonna be proud of today. He's probably gonna look back, crack open a cold one, and enjoy that one. Might have stocked up right before this race.
So we're getting closer to the end of the season, and I will, I'm a massive livery nerd, so I will tell you my 3 favorite liveries. in random order of the season. One is this of Alex Hopkins, beautiful car, absolutely fantastic. The other, of course, how can we not talk about him? Will McIntyre, this beautiful half and half car, and then
that's a half and half car done right, I gotta say.
And then I cannot find a driver of the team I'm looking for. Ouch.
Are they in there, or?
I mean,
I don't think they were here.
I saw a car of a team that was there. Of course, not 4, because also the Scuderia Metallica cars are beautiful with the jar of mustard. But I was also looking for.
I see it. I see it.
No, I was looking for another car, the ERT.
I thought you were going to accept it of that one team that has those 2 cars that look very nice in yellow and black.
Oh, that team? No, they are disqualified.
No, they're not disqualified. They immediately win my book. Non-biased voting here. Non-biased at all. Non-biased.
So then there's a Scuderia Metallica.
Oh yeah, the Metallica cars. Beautiful, nice addition, and I love the jar of mustard at the side. It's like kind of like giving up a little sacrifice to the gods. Just be like, please, this car, beautiful. Hey, go back to the last car.
Especially because I think there is no more ERT cars running around. But that car is also beautiful with all those nice lines, etc. And yes. Sam was very confused by this message last week, by the way.
I'm going to go back and watch that. We had a question on what happened to the P6 battle. Gavin Petty happened.
Yeah, he pulled away massively.
Now it's Piesnik happened, as he's pulled away massive, and Gavin Petty's had an issue.
Oh!
And speaking of issue, Philip Lucas in a score has an issue, and there goes Gavin Petty right beside him. Waldemar Cardella is storming him down the straight. Here comes Luciano Lorenzo and Dave Martin. He's going to be catching him, but he's going to be just at the end. And here's what happened to Philip Lucas heading into Ascari. Hops over the curb on the inside, then hops over the gate, gets a massive tailspin, takes a jump, good 180 in the air, and I'll be giving that a 7 out of 10 for Sal and a 6.5 on the landing. And Gavin Petty's gone into the pit. Front wing damage. Fuel?
I don't know. Car is very quiet.
If
you have front wing damage at this point of the race, you just, deal with it, right?
Yeah, you just accept it, but I think you're right. It is out of fuel. He might have not adjusted the fuel from his dedicated race. His dedicated race sponsor or dedicated garage setup provider, and didn't adjust. I know some drivers were having trouble adjusting stuff to their required fuel level, as it made the car heavier and was too low to race. Well, fuel is heavy for those that don't do setups. But O'Cherry and Hopkins, nose to tail right now. Big moment for Alex Hopkins right there, using all the track. Good theory by Ghost. He was trying to create a song with the gear shifts.
Arto passes lap of the race, 44.28. Gap down, no, gap still, the gap is always at 1.7, 1.8. So
I don't think it's changed up and down. It's 1.7, 1.8, 1.9, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9. It's gone back down to 1.8 now, and I think they might have a gentleman's agreement to just keep that there to the very last lap. You know what? I'd be okay with that, but Francesco Miola taking a win at his home track very dominantly would definitely go down very well to end out the season. And I do know of a certain gentleman's agreement going on after the race, and I'm not going to tell you about it. And look at this, O'Cherry up the inside. Ooh, Hopkins wanted to get a piece of that off the exit. Lucas Baruch almost got into the back of Hopkins right there, but they kind of stalled out right there. mid-corner. That's lost a lot of ground to the cars ahead of him. But very tight fight going on right here. Lorenzo down the outside. Philip Lucas with a big set heading into turn 2. What a move by Lucas, getting back onto the right track after his mistake in Ascari. Back to the fight with Alex Hopkins, Leonardo Cherry, and Lucas Maruk.
Austin, look at Hopkins. This lap and the previous lap coming out of the chicane, he was all sorts of sideways, and coming out of every chicane, the slower ones especially. He was his back end was really happy in moving around. So probably tires, even though he has high downforce or medium downforce,
still,
I think,
medium
probably
it's medium
his tires because he's all sorts of sideways.
Yeah, you could be all sorts of sideways depending on your setup, and I believe he's using the VRS setup. No clue whatsoever on why. I'm just spotting the VRS logo on his car, and we got a car off in Ascari. Max Mueller off right there. Philip Lucas, nope, Lucas Marut down the inside of Alex Hopkins. So many Lucases in this series, but Hopkins and Marut side by side. And I know somebody's going to be a little bit more happy down this front straight, but he's going to be getting a little bit of a help right now as O'Cherry's got a nice fight in his back, in his rear view mirror right now, and all three of them, the virtual one, the one on the right, and the higher one on the left. And down the inside, Lucas Maruk chops the nose of Alex Hopkins and up into 11th.
We've had an issue.
Where? Oh no.
Man, I don't think Christian will keep your livery for the next season. I mean, he has had some rotten luck.
He's got a lot of wing damage in the front left, but it's been a good run, I must say. I'm totally okay with it. It's just you highlight every time, and oh, Mark, that is not how you want to debut right here. Very unstable rear end and another rear lockup, just like Sonny Rosario's. Francesco Maiola's last lap slower than Thiago Marteau. Marteau has been on a tear right now. His last lap was actually the fastest lap of the race. And this lap just barely slower than Maiola's, but Marteau gained 3/10 that last time by, and on top of that, on the 10th there, that's 4/10 overall gain. It got down to 1.5 seconds, but now it's getting into the crunch zone, that fight for the lead. He's got to get everything perfect, and speaking of perfect, look at this perfect placement right now in 7th places. In the battle for 7th as Luciano Lorenzo, Philip Lucas, and Dave Martin nose tail with each other.
Sorry if I need to cut away to a replay quickly because I got a message. Let's see if it's a false positive or not.
Ooh, that's a curb strike. That's another curb strike, and that's what happened. What? No, that's right. That is exactly right. Marteau has spun it. And Marteau is down 8 seconds.
And
oh
now,
my goodness.
Now Lorenzo. Oh dear.
Exactly the same corner. This is not a replay. You're seeing the car do exactly the same thing in exactly the same lap. Oh my goodness.
Don't tell me there is also another car having trouble there. No.
Another Lorenzo.
No, I'm looking at another car.
We've already seen this. You don't have to tell
No, this is a different one. Ooh.
Oh, big spin.
Ah.
Ooh, contact. Big slap right there. And there's the wing missing now.
More damage for Austin. Wow.
I don't own the team. I just sponsor them.
Now, that's throwing your driver under the bus.
It's not my driver.
Francesco Meola might, now that he has like 10 seconds gap, might want to lift a bit because in front of him there is a an absolute wall of cars.
There is a little bit of wall of cars ahead of him, but we got to fight for second now. You remember Samuel Hermer, how he said he just needs to kick his feet up? I think he needs to take his feet off the cupboard right now because he is throwing that thing around these corners.
And as they say in the chat, Hermer finally has company. It's been a very, relaxing drive to end the season. So, by the way, I think that Marteau's car is okay. He just spun, so no hitting, curbs or speed bumps or whatever. So should be okay.
I don't see any wing damage right there. There's no floor damage in these. You could get a little bit of floor damage in these cars. Very rarely, but there is only one way to check. Yeah, floor damage.
Austin, it's as the white flag drops, it makes me think. Also, speaking of damage, etc. I don't know why damage is the thing that made me think about it, but we are just 2 days away from the Formula V being released. I'm so excited.
I know exactly why you said damage and why that brought up.
Because I'm going to crash the car a lot. Yes. I think it has the new damage model, no? So
it definitely has. All new cars in iRacing have the new damage model, except on the IRO1 when it released. Speaking of the IRO1, the championship, the World Championship qualifiers, and the car for it will be on the IRO1. And talking with a few people in iRacing, they said they've toned back the craziness just a bit. So hopefully that car gets a little bit more participation. Woohoo, Hermer, calm down, buddy. You need to finish the race. Don't pull a Lewis. You got one more lap to go.
And this has been, I think, this podium is going to be the fairest and most apt representation of the season we had, because these were the three main drivers that traded victories all season long, Austin, and deservedly so. Is going to be Hermer, Marteau, and more importantly Meola in the podium tonight. On the podium, not inside the podium, on the podium.
Yeah, it'd be odd if you're inside the podium. I don't know which track has an indoor podium, but it's definitely not here. Then Meola is going to be enjoying this in front of his home country and home crowd at his home track. Francesco Meola, winner here at Monza. Marteau finishing in second place, Samuel Hermer in third. Battle for fifth place right now between Pion Shek and Cardella. Cardella, big send in a parabolica in that final opportunity, and here comes Prenzlau at the back end, but that was Cardella's right moment for choice. It's too little too late for Prenzlau. Cardella, last lap magic for fifth place.
Great pass. We saw that yesterday. Someone tried that in Academy F3, but overshot the parabolica and actually has a terrible run out of it. So I was a bit, skeptical when he went for it, when Valdemar went for it, but it worked. Great driver. Now Justo, Matisse, two Frenchmen, and the New Zealander Patrick Rowlands also coming towards the start finish line. Let's see if we are going to see honorable mention for Daniel Justo's livery. I love this full yellow and
it's very nice,
and this light blue.
It's reminding me, it's the exact same color scheme of the Invincible suit from Invincible. If you aren't a fan of superheroes, you might like it. It's on Amazon Prime. I'm going to be shilling out for this now.
And with the last battle of the season to come to the line between two series mainstays, Zomoto Rembrachetti and his Zoltan, who gets it done, because the finish line for some reason on this track
is very early.
It is. Can I say it? And of course I'm Italian, so I can say it. This is typical Italian foolishness,
Well, speaking of foolishness, you can see not everybody is slowing down, and no one's really coming back, because it's time to end out the season with some smoke as Francesco Meola burns it down here in Monza.
yeah, and he's been.
And he's going to be joined by a lot more cars. And
Yeah.
this is the thing that I was told was going to happen. Everybody burning it down. It's a great season for everyone else, and they're giving the crowd some smoke here in Italy.
And now, because of you, the Seth Rollins team is in my head.
Oh gosh, David. Now it's in my head. Thanks, Marco. I've cursed us all. One final curse for the season, I guess.
Here we go. So Maiola enters pit road. Lucas is having a lot of fun, huh?
Oh, Lucas. I think Lucas was the one who suggested it. Who was the one that suggested it? Adam Talisman was actually the one who suggested it. Oh, this is a beautiful photo we got going on
Formation
right
flying.
here. Formation flying. Oh, yeah.
Between the teammates here.
Yeah, the VRT guys.
And also the Metallicar guys.
And I think, yep, we're going to have some beautiful, beautiful donuts here. And, of course, Andy Flint's going to salute his team boss's idea, as he's going to burn it down here. But all these beautiful donuts is definitely making me hungry. I know a few days ago was National Donut Day here in America. You know, as some people usually think it's every day, but oh, that's a lot of smoke.
Oh, yeah. You know, Austin won't want to be jealous.
What?
This morning I went out and there is a new donut shop that does American style donuts here.
Ooh.
And I bought quite a few donuts, and actually I have a few of them waiting for me in the kitchen.
Well, Marco, guess what? I also have a few donuts waiting for me in the kitchen.
Oh, look at the smoke all over the parabolica.
Looks like it looks like the number 24 hours right there. You can barely see through it.
But sorry, are yours Oreo-based donuts?
Oh no, they're not. Wait, what?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm coming over to Italy. You know, we got a week vacation. I'll see you later this week. Okay.
I'll send you a picture in a few minutes.
No, you don't need to send me a picture. I'm buying a plane ticket right now. Let's end out the stream so I can buy this plane ticket, hop on a plane, and meet you tomorrow.
Francesco Meola is the winner of the final race of the season in front of QT Marteau and Samuel Ermer. Luciano Zanieri is in 4th and Valdemar Cardeia is in 5th. Rocket Turtle, glad to have him back. Premislav Pieniążek in 6th and Philip Lucas in 7th in front of Dave Martin, Luciano Lorenzo and Leonard Cherry in 10th. Lucas Maruk and Alex Hopkins open the top 20 with Will McIntyre, Mark Lowy and Max Müller. Stuart Mill in 16th in front of Reid Dennis and Gavin Petty sitting in 18th. 19th was Daniel Justeau and 20th was Mark Matisse, both teammates from Gentleman Racers. Then the two Flaps VRT Fire teammates as well of Patrick Rowlands and Martin Devine, Andy Flint, Joshua Thornton and Binesh Ladd, Adam Tasma and Zoltan Zomotor, Andrea Brachetti in P28. 29th was Mohamed Boualeg and Ilari Arnio in 30th in front of Ito-san, Koji Ito. Antonio Teyes for Drivex in 32nd in front of Christian Glamsetter and Vincenzo Murrone. Center of a lot of chaotic moments tonight. Wojtek Potoszek in 35th place in front of Ben White. Sonny Rosario. There's Ben White, Eclipse Racing Team. ERT, the team I was looking for delivery. Lovely livery. Go look at that. Sonny Rosario in 37th and Hashem Hamoud in 38th position. And then we have Angelo Veloce, Johan Birgersson, Michal Potoszek, and last but not least, he didn't even start the race unfortunately, Tony Phillips. Austin, another season of IGP Fun excitement, of IGP fun, dare I say, on Apex Racing TV, and boy, was it a good one.
It really is a very awesome season, an awesome race to end it out. Thank you, everybody, for joining us throughout the season. I know it's always great when you have dedicated fans who come in week after week. specifically for this series, and it's always nice to see. It's like we got our own little TV show right here. It's, you know, we get our own little fan base week after week. They keep showing up, and can't wait to see you guys next season. It's been a fantastic season here in the IGP Fun Formula 3 series presented by Virtual Racing School here on Apex Racing TV. I've been joined by Marco Barbonera, and I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next season.